Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. I've taken a couple of days off. You won't notice it because I always do my videos a little ahead of the time. But took a couple of days because I wasn't feeling that great. And we're going to discuss that today. Current blood sugar is at 5.4. No corrections. Last night, or not last night, but early evening, I had an awful lot of corrections. My blood sugars went up into the double digits. But that pretty well all they've done. Now, I'll just give you a heads up. Let me get my head back there. Today, we're doing a check-in. Great, awesome. This afternoon, I have a check-in to film again. So today, first of all, is going to be about my time in emergency and why I ended up going to emergency. And then the next check-in will be with my diabetic nurse. So stay tuned. It should be 2. If it's not, right after this, it will be pretty close to it. So that's why you're getting 2 quite close together. Time and range. Not the greatest day, we'll let you know, but right now, we're at 56%, 44% above 10. That's a little disheartening. Now, this is the last 24 hours. The last 2 weeks is going to be a little bit different. In range is 5.6. This is still under 10. So we're still within normal range, but during the last 24 hours, it wasn't the greatest. So, CCG, we'll be right back and I'll get going on my time in emergency. Stay tuned. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay. So I had been suffering from flu-ish type symptoms for about 2 weeks. It had progressively got worse as each day progressed. And I kept dealing with it as best we could. The nurse finally suggested do you want to go to emergency and maybe we could see what's going on? So I said, I really would like to know what's going on. Why do I feel like crap? And that's, to put it nicely. I went over there and they took me in my bed. Now, I've done a review of Mission Hospital's emergency, and that is when it was functioning at normal capacity. There was a flood in Mission Hospital emergency, so the emergency is kind of broken up all over the place. I was taken there. It's an older hospital, and this bed, being a bariatric bed, did not fit into any of the doors. So I was out in the hallway. Wasn't ideal, but I was feeling so bad. I didn't want to be loaded up onto a stretcher, and so the decision was made to keep me in my bed. Okay, wonderful. I went there, and it was kind of like, well, why are you here? And I tell them my whole story, that I hasn't been feeling well for the last 2 weeks, and it had an itchy right there. Oh, right there, it's itchy. Now I'm not doing anything inside. And he said, oh, okay, all right. So they ordered blood work. And they ordered the chemistry set up and a few other tests. And the doctor came back and said, your potassium is not low, it's extremely low. Now, I think it's above 350 or 3.5, 350, 3.5, and mine was down at 2. An IV was started. I had to start taking the potassium pills. I had to drink gallons of potassium, not gallons, but mix. I think I did that 3 or 4 times. I don't know. They had me on magnesium little drink I have to do, which is at least cherry. The potassium, I'd rather take the bigger pills. Anyway, I don't know why, but it took all night. And I was there in the middle of the hall, and everyone, once you were checked in, you had to come down to minor care, which was right by. Everyone had to walk down the hall past my bed. So I'm sitting there. So needless to say, I didn't get much sleep. I think I got about an hour. It made it a little hard when I had to use the facilities. But it happened, and it happened with respect. I honestly have to say that. I did not feel like I was totally out there when I had to relieve myself. So, kudos to them. Every time I've been to Mission Emergency, it's being a positive experience. And I know there's people online who saying, oh, it's the worst thing ever. They had people coming in and getting out. I heard an awful lot of people with the same issues that they haven't been feeling well. Different reasons. Mine was more with the potassium, but, the flu type symptoms that were coming in. And especially young kids. And that was difficult to hear. But I'm sure they're feeling better now. I've noticed personally that I seem to recuperate from lows, illnesses, whatever, a lot quicker when I was younger. And I'm even talking in my 20s. I used to have a low blood sugar, get the blood sugar up, and I was raring to go. Now I drag for the next day. If I've had a serious low, I'm out of it for the next day. I don't mean I'm sitting there, but it's kind of like people who suffer from migraines. The expression I always used was, I have to think, where stuff you do normally is kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go grab my cup, put it up to, it's that sort of stuff. So I still am not up. I'm feeling better with my potassium up. When I left emergency and they sent me back here, I was up at 3.1. So I had gone from 2 up to 3.1 overnight with all the potassium they were putting into me. So I came back and I pretty well, that night, I passed out in a good way. I passed out and I slept. Oh God, did I sleep. I woke up at 11 and the room was extremely hot, so we got a fan going, opened up the window. It was all good. But I slept right till I think it was 8:15. It was wonderful. But I just don't want to stay up the whole day beforehand to have this happen. So, I had vomiting. And the other way also. Let's just leave it at that, okay? And I kind of glad I went to emergency because I didn't know I had a low potassium count. Now, potassium helps your body do what it has to do. Because of the vomiting and the diarrhea, I was low on potassium and magnesium. And got treated for both, came back. It's been a little bit easier. But, we'll progress. We'll get things solved. So, time to get things going. I'm on potassium pills here. I think it was maybe once a day. I take 600 milligrams, and I get a little cap full of magnesium drink, which is real fake cherry flavor, but it's better than the potassium liquid flavor for me anyway. I have been taking it. They did a blood test yesterday, and it's still low. It's not as critical. My potassium wasn't as critical on this blood test, but it was still at 2.8. So I'm gonna get more potassium pills. I'm gonna get it twice a day. So that should be fun and exciting. But we'll see. Anyway, that's sort of it. It was a quick check-in video, and I hope it explains. If you have any questions, send it to me at mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Probably tomorrow with another check-in video. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.